Welcome to Bitches in Season, a podcast for everyone who loves dogs,
all things agility, and some spicy tea. I'm Lizzie.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Lindsay.
Bitches in Season.
Hey, Bitches in Season.
Hi.
Welcome back. We're really excited for today's episode where we did kind of an AMA. We put it out there and asked our listeners to submit things on our Google form or on our Insta stories. And we got some fun questions that I'm really excited to talk about.
Yeah, ask us anything. It's going to be a fun episode.
And you can keep asking us things full of opinions.
We like to pretend like we know things.
We do know some things, but mostly just bullshit opinions.
Yeah, correct.
But first, Lizzie, you're less miserable, and it's because I'm the best friend ever.
You are the best friend ever. We just got back from training the boys. We went to the club.
To the club.
Yeah.
We all fan.
Guys are so dumb.
The dog club.
The dog club on a Friday night.
We are really turning it up on Friday. No, we worked their A-frame box.
Because I was like, Lizzie, I'm not going to let you sit and complain about how you don't get to do anything because, first of all, there's stuff you can do from your little wheelchair. And I was like, if there's nothing else, let's fix some stuff while they're raring to go and you're out of commission. Yeah. So let's help.
And did I do my homework?
You did your homework. I was really impressed. I thought they were going to come in straight trash, but you actually did.
Straight trash.
Yeah, you actually did your homework and they knew some things. Yeah. And it was fun.
We did discover that when you started running really fast, that was an issue because I have not ran
She's doing
since
sitting
August
agility.
16th.
Yeah.
Mind you.
I mean, it's not unusual for a dog to have problems with like a contact training device when you start to add motion, but it does make sense that you haven't been able to add motion. So I get it. And Obi's an extra special case because we're retraining a stopped contact into a running A-frame. And he just like
doesn't understand.
He's like, I stop though. And most dogs would be like, fantastic. I love not stopping anymore. And he's like, no, I must.
But he understands the box, which is the most confusing part. The box on the ground, he's like, done, got it. I know what to do. I will pounce in this thing and pounce and pounce and pounce. Put it on the A-frame. No.
He's like, stopping.
But he stops when you're trialing, or he keeps running when you're trialing him.
Yeah, but then he does big leaps.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
He does big leapy leaps.
Yeah.
So it's like he's getting there with understanding the criteria.
Okay.
So,
and let's be fair to Obi. Obi was out for like 8 months.
True.
And then we went back for 2 months. And actually we went back training wise, but I really didn't train it to any degree.
You just let him run his A-frame.
I did because I was just happy to have him back.
No, that's fair.
And then I only did 3 trials with him and then I got injured. And now I'm out like 6-7 months.
The saddest story that's ever been told.
It fucking is, okay?
But now you're less sad. You're just like marginally less miserable, which we all really are benefiting from.
It was really happy to see the boys so happy to do agility.
And it was fun for me. And we got to make Henry chauffeur you and be a bucket bitch. I was like, okay, get them water. Now take them out. Now rotate the dogs. And then you made him run agility.
Then I made him run. Yeah.
It was great. It was great. So, Rach, you have some exciting news of an event you're going to go to for the very first time.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the National Agility Championship.
The AKC NAC. So that's exciting. What made you want to go?
So last year I qualified, but I chose not to go because it was so close to the UKI Invitational, which was, again, my first time getting invited to that. And I had to pick and choose. So I chose to go to an event where my bestie was also going. And I knew a lot of other people.
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, you just never know if you're going to get invited or you can enter. I chose to go to Chicago for that. And I did not go to NAC because it was just too close together. And I just was like, I don't care. It's always there. But this year, it's actually in Temecula, California. I do have some friends in San Diego. So Ian is super pumped to go with me again. Aww. Be my bucket bitch.
Wow. He's becoming a true professional.
Yeah,
this is why he won.
I know.
Bucket bitch of the year.
I know.
Although Henry is getting better. So.
Henry was on point.
That's good. Yeah. So we're going to make a little trip out of it. Hopefully we can keep all of our bars up. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to do like a big AKC event because I've never been to like a big AKC event before.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm curious to see how it's going to differ from like larger UKI events, which I've gone to. I lied. I did go to the ISC championship last year.
True.
But it was the first one.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was still like a lot of...
while it's AKC, it's not 100% AKC.
It was
a little different.
I think it's going to be completely different.
Are you going to do like all the runs, like Premier and ISC and all? Like, I don't even know how it works. Do you enter everything or you don't know yet?
You don't have to. No. So you can either enter the ISC or the Premier Cup on Thursday. Or people say like use it as training basically. So if you enter Premier runs, then you can opt in to win money. So
nice.
If you place, you can win money.
That's like when like non-dog people, like your coworkers are like, so do you win money?
Yeah. Like, how much do you win? Like I pay a lot of money to
literally.
So like maybe you can win back some of the money you paid to get there.
You can win back what you spent on treats.
Right. And treats. That's it.
Leashes, toys.
The flight, maybe. No, I won't even cover that. Or you can do ISC.
And it'll be probably a little smaller than normal because it's in California.
Yes. Which is, I'm not going to lie, is another pull for me to go to this NAC because I do think that the competition, at least for 8-inch dogs and maybe across the board, is not going to be as heavy because I don't think it's going to be as full.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have to drive out there. And, especially us being on the East Coast in PA, that is a very, very long drive. And a lot of people don't have the availability or PTO or whatever it may be to take all of that time off to get over there.
That's like a friggin' 5-day drive.
Yeah.
Like with you stopping and everything, it's crazy. So
we'll see. I mean, they even lowered the qualifications to get into NAC this year. I mean, it was 4 double Qs, 450 mock points. I'm pretty absolutely sure that's what it was. Might be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So the qualifications were lowered, so it's easier to make it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there's going to be as many people that are signing up. So, maybe more of a chance for us to make it into finals.
Yeah, but you did it and you're qualified.
Yeah,
and you're going.
And it'll be a fun event and, just something else to add to our list. So I'm excited.
Yay. So fun. Okay, so let's get into it. Ask the bitches. And we asked you for questions and we got some really good ones. Things about training, things about drama, things about raising Aussies that attack you, which we've talked about a lot. Obviously, Lizzie has a lot of Aussie connections, so we always get a lot of like Aussie specific questions.
We really do.
I love my Aussie. Aussie people love me.
They ride hard.
Them.
Aussie people are for sure a fan group. Like
we are a fan group.
Yeah. Yeah, they should. Like how there's like the Barbs for Nicki Minaj and like Swifties. And like they're the assholes.
The awfuls.
No, assholes.
What is?
Assholes. Yeah, you said awfuls.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe they are.
Maybe a little bit of both.
They are
just
not
kidding.
awful. They
just
are
kidding.
awesome.
No, I got to awesome.
Okay, that's enough.
Wow. I got to train some Aussies tonight. I'm basically an Aussie girl now.
I mean, you've been an Aussie girl for the past 2 months.
I know. Who have I become?
Adopted them, basically.
My stepsons.
Yeah.
So one thing that we got a question about was just what's your favorite tea to resurrect when we hang out? And without saying too much, I think one of my favorite things we always like to yap about is a big old hairy Facebook post that someone made. And Lizzie and Rachel and I both ended up getting unfriended over it.
I'm so mad.
Because
I'm still so mad about it.
I know.
I was never friends with said person. And so I was like, gonna add them.
Yeah, we were like, can you please?
You too.
Well, yeah.
Can you please get involved here? Because we have been blacklisted. All the others liked a comment that was against the person. But I think it's always really fun because this drama now has evolved to a place where there's even an agility organization that's making new rules and releasing new rules in response to just how dramatic that big old hairy wild Facebook post was.
Yeah.
Which is wild to think about. Imagine if that was you and you started that and now there are rules.
I would not be friends
Someone
with you
said
anymore, probably.
what you want is you want a move named after you, like a handling move, but not a rule. Like you want to have that's a classic Lindsay move, not like we had to make the Lindsay rule.
That is true. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
yeah.
Really, we just like to talk about anything that is going around on social media or
Send
Facebook.
Screenshots of comments and be like, oh my God,
nobody
I see
should ever
this.
see our photos.
Please don't look at my photos.
Please
Yeah.
Our group chat is
unhinged.
a sacred space.
Yeah. So
I thought that was a fun question.
Yeah.
But the next bundle of questions is really about like training and like getting real about, what you like, what you don't like, what you do and what you don't do about training. And I thought there was a good one about like, how many hours of training per week do you realistically do? And I think that's interesting because it's like, that could be comprehensive of conditioning and, just exercise and being a dog training and that kind of thing. So
I do 2 classes a week with the boys and I do conditioning at least usually when I'm mobile 2 or 3 times a week with the boys. And, during a lunch break or something, or if I don't have anything going on, try to do some jump drills or something, or my box work for the A-frame.
Doing your homework.
Yeah, I am. So, I kind of do it a lot.
Yeah, but if you're going to put all of that together, how many hours of training is that? That's probably not that much training because, think about it.
Okay.
Even though you're doing 2 classes a week, you're getting 6-minute turns.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you do 2 classes a week, which, they're an hour and a half long, but you're not working the whole time.
No.
If I'm thinking about it realistically, I do 1 class a week, I do stuff outside in the yard, I rent facilities and we'll do a half hour. And then you put in all the conditioning stuff, I guess maybe 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not even full agility stuff. That's talking about conditioning and stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because honestly, you're never supposed to be working a dog for a full hour.
Mm-hmm.
That would be unhinged. So when I do stuff in the yard, say with Chessie, I'm working 5 or 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
at most.
Oh, yeah. I'm never out there for an hour working anything.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not very self-motivated to train. So I prefer training opportunities. I really like to do workshops whenever I can.
True. You are a big seminar person.
Yeah. I'm not indiscriminate. I like to do what who I like to work with and stuff, but I sign up for that a lot because I just really benefit from instruction and guidance. And I have a lot of equipment in my yard, but I'm kind of lazy about using it. I do use it here and there. And of course, it's only 5 or 10 minutes. It's hard to even factor that into how much do I train a week? Because it's more we just want to do a few reps on the dog walk or proof a seesaw or work we had a throttle wrap situation, then I can set up that similar, sequence or something and work that. But I'm not one of those people who's building a full course modeled after
a 20 obstacle course in your
No.
yard. Running through it 3 times.
The recent international event, and I'm going to rebuild the course and run it. I wish I was like that, but my yard's not built for it and I don't have all the equipment like that. But still, I'm a little bit lazy. I'm a little bit lazy for sure. Not lazy, but just...
I think also we work on the things when we know we need to work on them. And when we don't need to work on things, we're not really going out of our way to work on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think there's
when your
definitely
teeter
such
was
thing
falling
as...
apart, you worked on it all the time. When your dog walk was falling apart, you were working on it every single day.
Yeah.
But when you don't have to, you just don't. So I think that's how we are personally.
Yeah. And everyone's different.
Yeah. Sometimes I run out of things to think about, to work on. In my class this week, only 2 people came, me and one other person, and we had extra time. And I'm going to, Cynosport next week. And the instructor was like, Lindsay, is there anything else that you want to do? And I'm like, no, he had 2 really good turns. What
more?
There's
could I ask
one
for?
more thing isn't going to make or break our experience next week at this point. So I really just try to do more having fun with Vision and letting him be a dog and gain muscle and strength and hike and walk and all those kinds of things.
And I think that's so important too.
Yeah.
The balance.
And the thing is, I think we're all at a point with our dogs too. None of us have young dogs. They're young, but they're not puppies anymore. So, they're all at a point where we know they can sequence well.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about her sequencing all the time either. Like, if anything, I'll just work on a jump grid with her or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I don't feel that it's necessary to like need to sequence all the time.
Yeah.
Because they have that skill.
Totally. So another training question we got, or, just agility life type of question was, what's your favorite agility equipment provider?
Gallican.
Why?
Well, I will say that the Gallican teeter is absolutely my fucking favorite. He does not have stop teeter, and I have been yelled at it before, but it is what it is.
But she was gonna retrain it.
I was gonna retrain it, and then I did
not.
And I'm not going to. So you can all hate me for it. I don't care. It is the one hill I am willing to die on. But Chessie is the fastest on the Gallican teeter. So she does this little thing where she does like her little bow while it tips and then she runs off. And I know with that like not even 2 seconds, I can get a blind in there or front cross or whatever I need to do. And I count for that. And that is my thing. But on the Gallican, she is like way faster because it is so much more lighter than say a mad teeter or, a clip and go or something like that.
That's fair.
Yeah. And I think like the Gallican equipment is made really well and I really like it. And, I like facilities that have it. I think, Chessie performs on it well. I think it's well made. And if I could buy all the agility equipment in the world, it would all be Gallican and it would all be pink and orange. Pink and orange.
Their colors, I think, do set them apart.
They do.
What about you?
It's interesting because I feel like Gallican's like just super popular. Like it's new, it's shiny, it's flashy.
Yeah.
It's like what all the international people use. And I don't know. I don't really feel as though I know enough about equipment to be like, I like this over that. Like there's definitely like been seesaws where I'm like, that feels like trash. And there's some dog walks that I know that my dogs run differently on. But to me, it's like, my dog should know his job no matter what the equipment is.
No, for sure.
And it's interesting with Gallican because, and again, I'm not an expert on this. I really scarcely know what it means, but Gallican has like the soft line equipment. When I was in Belgium for AWC, we went to a training facility specifically to work on the soft line because I guess it's maybe a little bouncier or something.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
And the dogs, are gonna stride on it a bit differently. And to me, it was like, okay, sure. Like we did it a time or two and I hope that he adjusted well to it. But it's just, I don't know. It's hard for me to meaningfully say without like, I'm more of like a facts and evidence person. It's almost how I feel about like supplements. Like, are they working? Like, is the equipment changing the way my dog performs it? Like, I think there's certain types of equipment. I'm not a huge fan of like jumps that are like really heavy or like would hurt a dog if they crashed it. That kind of thing. Or like, I really, really like the saloon door tire with the padding.
You are
me too.
Over the frame tire. I've seen the entire frame crash down like on a dog, and that was really horrible. And that would never happen with the saloon door. But overall, I don't feel like I'm one of those people who are like overly picky, and some of it's probably just because of ignorance. I don't feel like I know enough to have like informed opinions.
I agree with Lindsay. I just don't know enough. And like my dogs have never really had any issues on any piece of equipment, so I'm not like, oh, they like this over that because I just no knowledge.
That's fair. I think it's more aesthetic for me.
I mean, yeah,
that's what I think a lot of people get.
Pretty.
Yeah.
It's so pretty, and the custom color thing.
Yeah,
I would get purple and teal.
There you go. So we all have our color. Like we have our dream setup already picked out. What about you? What would be your dream setup for Gallican colors?
I love teal.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I just would never spend the money on all that fancy equipment just to leave it in my yard all the time. So I don't know, in a future state where I like own my own facility or something. But one thing I do really like about Gallican is the soft long jump and the soft wall jump.
Oh my God, yes.
Mad
came out with one though too.
I know, those
they
are really nice.
Suit, and a lot of people are very, very happy about that.
Yeah.
Like the wall jump being all foam now.
Yeah, I think that makes a big difference because I see a lot of dogs knocking those little top pillows, people call them.
Oh yeah.
And the wall jump that we have at my club is plastic and it's like so bulky, it's so heavy. Like we never even really put it out in class because it's just so cumbersome and we're worried about it getting like damaged or just misused. And I feel like we wouldn't feel that way if we had a soft one. So definitely think that there's certain...
We should get one. The club should get one.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like, everything changes so fast. Like when we ordered that that one, that like the soft ones didn't even exist to my knowledge.
Right.
And the other thing is like the Gallican equipment can take so long to arrive and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, but Mad carries them now.
Yeah, exactly.
And Mad is
That's
so close
true.
and
They're
local to us.
So speaking about equipment, we definitely got some questions about like what are our thoughts about potential changes to the dog walk, which I think combines things we love to talk about because it includes Facebook drama.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Correct.
And people like going off in the comment sections. Like there was a big post that like spurred like a massive conversation by a very popular competitor whose dog had a fall. And it was just interesting to follow along and see all these people like become immediate like experts on
the dog walk.
on the dog walk.
Yeah.
But it's been neat to see the ways that some companies have responded and some agility organizations. Like I think, oh my God, correct me if I'm wrong, but a bunch of organizations have sort of like agreed to track falls on contacts.
Yeah. USDAA, the last trial we were at, actually, a dog fell off the dog walk and she had to stop the trial and report the incident because USDAA is reporting.
Yeah, I think that a lot of them got together and like agreed, and they're keeping track of like if it was the dog's approach, if it was the handler error, if it was the equipment, if it was the light, you know, like just anything that they think was the cause of the, you know, misstep or fall or something like that, which I think is really cool that they're all sort of banding together to make an evidence-based decision about what to do about the dog walk. So just rewinding a second, like the controversy is that the dog walk is quite tall and quite skinny, and dogs, when they're flying across full speed or even not, just even like a big dog or anything can happen. And because of the height and the narrowness of it, the injuries could be quite serious, like especially if there's tunnels under it, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, the one argument was that dogs are significantly faster, and maybe back in the past, a lot of dogs had stop contacts on the dog walk.
Yeah.
Or not running and very slow. So, yeah.
That too. So, you know, a lot of dogs now have running contacts, especially on the dog walk. So they have like 3 strides, and, you know, that's an argument for making it a little bit lower or a little bit wider.
But I feel like a lot of people who are not international style competitors who are like gunning for the fastest time all the time are like, why can't people just not send their dogs flying?
Yeah.
And I think that's always like an interesting argument, because I have to remind myself that like when I'm looking at agility through my eyeballs, it's different than a lot of other people, like people who do agility every single weekend but are not
trying out for AWC.
Yes, yeah, that kind of thing. Like, of course I'm going to find the fastest and most efficient way while still being safe to send my dog to do everything, because it's a timed sport. And if you time it, then people are going to try to go faster and faster.
Yeah.
But I do understand the perspective of like, what if we didn't just do everything at Mach speed? And I don't know, it's kind of at odds to me with the fact that it is a time sport. But yeah, there's definitely some proposals out there like, should we widen it? And if so, how much? And does that make a difference?
And should we lower it? And if we do, how much?
And should it be both, or could it just be one or the other? And like, I think there's a lot of debate that involves the cost, which feels kind of hard to talk about, because it's like, are we willing to sacrifice
safety?
Yeah, just
over
because
money.
Clubs couldn't afford, and like how many would have to change, and would they have to change all at once? And, you know, could there even be enough equipment to replace all the dog walks, even just in our
production
country?
Time was like another big point that people were making as well.
And then like, what if we change it in the US, but it doesn't change abroad, and that kind of thing? Like, there's so many considerations, but I guess, you know, things have changed.
Oh,
in the past.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the tires, one we just talked about, or the weave pull spacing used to be completely different, but it seems like the dog
even
walk.
Taking like the table out of like Masters.
Yeah.
And not a huge one. It wasn't really a safety thing, but it's still a big change that like made a huge difference in a lot of people's runs.
Yeah. Getting rid of the chute.
Yeah.
So that's another argument, is like, should we just get rid of the dog walk altogether? And then people are like, well, what is it going to be? Like, is agility just going to be jumps and tunnels? Like, NADAC got rid of the seesaw.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think it was like safety or, you know, injury. I don't really know exactly. That's just my perspective. I could be wrong, but then people are like, well, what are you going to do? Like, you're just going to get rid of everything? Like, and I've heard also people say, yes, there are injuries on the dog walk, but someone was like, I've seen way more injuries of dogs going in and out of tunnels. Like, because you don't know what's going on in there and like bad tunnel approach or weird exit. Like,
that's
anything
fair. When Obi hurt his foot, I had a couple people talk to me about tunnels and how if I ever go back to AKC, I should be very careful running Obi in AKC tunnels because the macaroni tunnels.
Macaroni? I've never heard it called that.
Let's call them. They're literally, they look like an elbow macaroni. Okay. They are scrunched up. What happened is somebody that I was talking to, her dog broke 2 toes in a tunnel because it got the foot stuck in the crevice of the tunnel, was AKC, and broke a couple of toes. Obi was out for how many months with his foot injury?
Dang. So that's crazy.
Like, yeah.
So I guess it's just a question for you guys and the listeners. What do you think the answer is?
I don't have one. I don't have a good one. I could see it how there's pros and cons for both ways, like, keeping the dog walk as we have it, but then maybe also lowering it and widening it. You can think of pros and cons for both sides of it, but, the money being one thing and production and, replacing all of the dog walks all over the country, like that is a huge feat in itself. Even the people that have dog walks in their yards, they have to go spend another $4,000 to get a new one. So, what are they going to do with the equipment that is no longer a regulation style dog walk, Yeah,
so exactly. It's just going to go in a landfill.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really tied to it either way either. I also have, both of my dogs have stopped dog walks. I've never taught a running dog walk. I would like to with my next dog, but, and neither of my dogs have ever really fallen off the dog walk either. So
right, I think I would have a different opinion on it if Chessie had like a big fall, and I maybe would have a different opinion, but she hasn't. Knock on wood, she never does. So I don't really feel a way about it either way.
Yeah, I feel like I am so lucky because Vision is thoughtful and not like reckless.
Yeah.
So even times where he has had a misplaced foot or something, he thinks about safely bailing instead of like the dogs that try to cling on for dear life, and that makes like their fall even worse. Yes, very Mufasa. He doesn't do that. He'll just like, nope, I'm gonna jump off, or I'll just slow down. Like he's not kind of
he's not gonna kill himself.
No, he's not.
He's not an Obi.
No, he's not gonna like. Yeah, he's not gonna be the wildebeest that just run off the cliff.
Yeah.
So I agree. I probably would have a different perspective if I had a dog that was injured or had a really like terrible fall on camera or something. But I think that the easiest option would just be get rid of it. And honestly, the running dog walk is such a fucking journey that I really wouldn't be that mad.
That's true.
I do like the dog walk though. Like I think it adds interesting challenges to a course.
Yeah,
and then I think the next best option was one company did some experimentation with widening it. And they posted these videos of dogs running on the normal width. And I think maybe, I don't know, I'm just going to say 6 inches wider. I don't remember exactly what it was. But I thought the video was very compelling because you could see the way that the dogs adjusted the width of their stride. Even small dogs like had their legs wider apart going across the wider dog walk, and I think they just looked more natural, like more comfortable,
that's exactly what
more
I was
confident.
Yeah.
And I could even just see like 6 inches making such a big difference.
Yeah.
Like I teach, like I've said before, I teach foundations, and like there's always a part of me that the first time we go to a full height dog walk, I'm like, I am nervous. Like, I hope I've really, truly prepared all of you to go across this. And I don't want anything bad to happen, because it is like the first time you get a dog up there, you just really realize like, wow, this is so high and this is so skinny. And it's just like,
true.
What is it testing? And I think that's always a good question in agility is like, what was the point of this obstacle in the beginning and what was it testing? And I don't really know the answer to that. I feel like it comes from like obedience, and it like showed like control or like a balance beam kind
like
of
the
thing.
Table.
But yeah, like the table, and it's like agility has changed so much. And I've seen some companies do this experimentation with something that could be like added
modified,
onto current dog walks, so that it wouldn't have to be like replacing the entire piece of equipment. It would just be purchasing this like
modification aspect of it. Yeah.
So I think that's probably my best that like the options that I would be in favor of, and I think that are more realistic. Like it would be free to get rid of it, but it could be realistic. And I just think lowering it presents too many challenges because they're all structurally so different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
And then there's the argument of like, if it's lower or wider, like would that just compel the dogs to go even faster and be even more reckless and more likely to hurt themselves, which is a whole other question.
Oh my God. See, we could talk about the dog walk for hours, but
sure.
It's a big topic.
It is. And it generated a lot of online discussion and continues to do so.
Yeah, every day.
I'm sure we'll see.
At least once a week, you see something pop up about it.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see more and possibly some changes in the future. That'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
So our next bundle of questions were about like puppies and sport dogs and that kind of thing. And we just wanted to do like a little mini segment called Build a Bitch. Like, what's your dream next sport dog? What do they look like? What are their lines? What's their size? What's their personality like? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Okay, I'll go first. So it's like Aussie temperament because I love it.
Chaos.
Yes. It's
deranged.
Like a 16.5-inch dog. It's Merle because that's my favorite.
We love the blues.
It's got cute little button ears. It's like an Aussie with a tail that's really tiny.
Oh, so American?
No.
You just want like an Aussie that happens to be small.
Yeah.
Okay.
And tiny and fast.
Not a mini American?
No. Because they don't look like Aussies. They look
mini Americans?
Okay, the performance ones?
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes they look a little deranged.
The performance ones.
Yeah.
Oh, like not compo lines. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't think they look that much like Aussies.
Yeah.
Sometimes they look a little deranged.
You can tell sometimes they were mixed back in the day.
So mean.
I don't care. What you said?
I said you're mean.
I said they look deranged sometimes.
Yeah, I know. It's just sometimes you can tell like that one in like 5 generations ago was mixed with like a Papillon or mixed with a tiny Pomeranian or something. Like you cannot tell me that some of those are 100% come from Aussie lines, which is what they're essentially supposed to be. It's just,
I thought they're like registered with the AKC.
Well, people lie.
Oh
yeah. There's a lot of hung papers in miniature American Shepherds.
What's hung papers mean?
It's like when basically breeders are like lying and like lying about the pedigrees.
I did not know this was a thing.
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
Wow.
It's 1000% a thing. And since the stud book just closed for miniature American
Shepherds.
What
does that mean?
Oh my gosh. That means that people were still able to submit pedigrees to be registered as full-bred miniature American Shepherds.
So it's like the foundational, like breeds that define the standard, or dogs that define.
Essentially, it's just like that. Their lines or their breed, the dogs that they're breeding can be like registered AKC full miniature American Shepherds. So what some of these breeders have done is like, even though you can look at this dog and say, oh, there's something mixed in that, they lied on the pedigree, on generations, on the papers, and they're saying that, nope, they were never mixed with anything. It's 1000%, 100% miniature American Shepherds, when that's really not true at all.
Well, that's interesting. But also like every breed was a mix at some point. I mean, like, Shelties back generations and generations like were a mix of multiple things.
And so were Aussies.
Like everything was.
I'm just saying, you asked me what my
it's
like it's a small OB, better temperament.
But you said you want the Aussie temperament.
But like not OB. Like a little less deranged than OB,
Okay. All right.
Not gonna bark in your face and yell at you and be mad all the time.
That sounds like the perfect dog to me.
What about you? What's your perfect dog, Linz?
Well, I feel like I got my little perfect prince in Vision.
He's an angel.
And he is an angel.
He's
and
a gosh darn angel.
Vision is such a good type A student, basically, where he like tries really hard to be correct and he's very thoughtful. And he's very resilient, but he's not like crazy. But he's not soft, but he's not like raring to go. And like, it's great because he's chill. He has like massive off switch. He's not like outside the ring barking. He's not in his crate going nuts. Like, he will literally just stand there and stare at me when we're standing outside the ring, like calm as can be and ready to go. And that's great. And I love it. And I have to like work pretty hard to get him like revved up and like up. Like, so I think I'm ready for my next dog to be a little bit, as some people say, like more dog, like a little bit
dog,
more.
Like an Aussie, you know?
No.
Spicy.
No. I want like a little bit more raw energy, like a little bit more.
Spice.
Yeah, spice, like ready to go. Like,
Obi's always ready to go.
Oh my God, Lizzie.
Lizzie, no one wants an Aussie. Just no one in this room. I don't know about the rest of you, but they're just not for me. So yeah, I want a smaller medium. I really don't want to transition to 20 or 24 inch.
I could never see you with a 20 or 24 inch dog either.
I don't know. Like, you know, some people say, and maybe when I'm like old or something, but I just like to run. And also, just to be blunt, I don't want to compete against like 320 inch dogs at the US Open.
That sounds miserable.
I'd rather compete against like 100 16-inch dogs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or whatever it is. Like, it's extra competitive. And like, I know that I could hang in, but I also think I'd have to like very much relearn a lot. I think with my next dog, no matter what, I'm going to have to relearn things, of course. But I think I feel like I just learned how to handle well, and I'd have to like relearn a lot of things.
That's fair.
Potentially. But my fear is like getting a dog that's like more, like I still want them to fit in my house and have like that off switch and be ready, but not neurotic. And I think that's going to be an interesting balance to find. And I hope that I get just like that perfect, I don't know, unbelievable dog out there that has that type of personality.
Well, fingers are crossed for you.
Oh, thanks.
I'll just clone Chessie.
It's only $50,000. Barbara Streisand did it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna clone Chessie because honestly, I just want like a small dog. Okay, I'm lying though. It would be cool if she could just be a little bit taller because it would be cool if she could jump 12 inches and I'm not fearful that she would break herself.
Why do you want to jump 12 inches?
Oh, because I would love to, try out for AWC or EO. And at this point in my life with the dog that I currently have, I cannot do those things because I would never, ever, ever jump her at 12 inches.
That's responsible of you.
Yeah. I mean, the girl literally measures 10.5 inches at the withers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Could you imagine me jumping her at 10 or 12? Yeah, no. So, no, but honestly, like, I do hope I can find a dog with a similar temperament, handler focus, drive that I do have in Chessie because she has a great off switch at the house. Like, I can take her out to a brewery. We could travel with her all the time. And she's just the perfect patio dog. And she can relax in any new space we bring her in. But she is spicy spice when we get to agility or we're doing any type of like sport.
Do you think it's going to be hard for you to have the dog after Chessie?
Yes.
I think it's going to be hard for both of you, no matter what dogs you get. Yeah, it's going to be hard.
No, especially my next dog. I mean, why do you think
I think you're a little more crazy than me.
I am, absolutely. Yeah, I
would agree with that, Lindsay. But I still think you're both in for like, you both have this like perfect unicorn dog.
Yeah, and unicorn, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, whatever your next dogs are going to be, both you and Lindsay, it's not going to be what you have now. And I think it's going to be adjustment.
I'm going to cry. Oh, no, it's hard to me. It's hard for me to think about, honestly. Like, it's something that scares me, even though I am like on a list and I'm talking to a breeder and like, there are plans to get a second dog and add it to our family. It's going to be a huge, huge adjustment because I know
you're pretty particular.
I am very particular and I know no dog is ever going to compare to Chessie and she is quite she's
special.
Unicorn.
Yeah.
I got really, really lucky with my first agility dog that she is as amazing as she is. And guys, if you met her, you would feel the same exact way. She is a perfect princess. But yeah.
I feel like for me, it could be valuable if my next dog is actually so much different than Vision so that I can't be like, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
Like, I really hope I get a girl. I really
Bitches
hope
are the best.
Yeah.
I want a girl as my next dog too.
Yeah.
Bitches forever in my household.
I really want to get, I'm like open to and considering other breeds. And I think it could be a good thing because if I got another like similar male Sheltie from similar lines, like it would be really hard to be like constantly comparing.
Aussies that obviously are very, very different from each other. I still do compare them a little because they're both Aussies at the end of the day, but like
you do it all the time with your angel goggles. You'll be like, Cassie did this. So like tonight, Cassie was so perfect. He was so good. He did this. And I'm like, what about Obi?
I did say Obi did so good. I was so proud.
Obi.
I was so proud of Obi. I was giving him so many snacks.
Obi a lafufu and Cassie a labubu.
If that doesn't say it all,
that's all you need to say.
That's all that needs to be said.
Period.
Is that justice for Obi?
Yeah.
Anyways, since we're talking about Aussies, here's like another spicy breed question. What are we thinking about leaving tails on breeds that are traditionally
Leave the tails on. Just stop it. Let's just leave the tails on.
Wow.
Come on.
I mean, I agree. I don't disagree.
I feel strongly that 90% of the Aussies that I follow, that I see, that are being bred, that are in the show ring, out of the show ring, anywhere, are not on farms herding professionally. Like, I think the reasoning for why they docked them back in the day is like irrelevant to modern day.
Yeah.
Like,
there's so many things that are like, we do it because of tradition. And it's like, but what purpose does it serve today?
Yeah.
I grew up with Rottweilers and my dad's girlfriend bred them and had some litters of puppies and we docked them and it was not pleasant. It's something
Did she ban them?
Yeah. She put rubber bands on their tails until they fell off at like 3 days old and like they screamed.
Really?
Screamed. I mean, you're putting something on so tight that it cuts off circulation.
I know, that's how Tessie's was docked.
And it was not nice to witness. And it honestly is like barbaric to talk about and think about that that's something that we do to dogs for purely aesthetic reasons.
Yeah.
And
fun fact, Obi wasn't docked. He was a natural bobtail.
Some of them are born with nubs. Like both my Frenchies, they were like Frenchies are born without tails.
Yeah.
But I just think it was like something that still sticks with me today, and I really would not want a docked breed because it was kind of traumatizing as a kid to live through that.
Wow. That's fair. Yeah.
But Lizzie, I'm going to call you out for a sec because you used to be anti-tail.
Oh, I know. I used to be anti-tails.
So before Lizzie and I were friends,
before we were friends,
I followed her on Instagram because she had a lot of crazy opinions and I was like, who is this bitch?
She still does.
And she would do like anonymous questions and all these questions and she would like talk like she knows everything in the world like on her Instagram story.
Like you don't.
And here we are with a podcast. But so she was like, no, I would never get a dog that like I'd never get an Aussie that wasn't docked because that's the breed standard and it has to be breed standard. And because I am who I am, I submitted an anonymous question that I didn't tell you about until like well after we were friends. Where I was like, I think that I've seen dogs in performance like using their tail. Like I think it helps them with balance. You see them like kind of like using the tail in the weaves and you see pictures of dogs with their tail like curled around the weave or like, angling with it on the dog walk for balance. And your response was just like, nope, sorry. I'm like set in my ways, like fuck off. And I was like, damn. So what changed your mind?
I don't know. I think I just have really dove headfirst into performance and like you
used to be all about the standard, like the breed standard.
And like my love and passion and hobby is agility. At the end of the day, like if I had to do one dog sport, it's agility. And I know for my next dog, I want it to be a competitive agility dog. And if I was to ever get an Aussie again, like for the sport, I would want a tailed Aussie. Like I wouldn't want a docked Aussie. I would want it bred for performance. I would want it bred for agility or sport. So
I think you've had like an interesting path through your dogs, as we all have, where here's my take is like, you got your backyard bred Aussie.
Yeah.
And then you were like, I'm going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to get a well-bred dog.
Yeah.
And then you like swung so hard to the side of like breed standard, everything has to be breed standard. And now you're like more balanced and realizing what you like to focus on. And it's not necessarily just what the breed standard is, but what kind of dog would be a great performance dog.
You also realize that there are breeders out there that are very reputable and ethical that are breeding Aussies with tails.
Yes, that is true too. That is very true.
You realize that there's a gray area to what the, a reputable ethical breeder is.
Yep.
And they can do something that doesn't conform to breed standard, but still produce really nice and purebred dogs.
Funny story, which I think she would probably appreciate that I put this in here, but there is an Aussie breeder who we used to hate each other.
Shocker.
She blocked me on Instagram.
What?
Oh my gosh, yeah. We got into it in comment sections, like back and forth. I was like, oh my God, fuck this person.
You were such a drama queen.
Oh, I was. It was such a drama queen. Yeah, but I'm like less of a drama queen now. But no, we blocked each other, and then we actually met for the first time at Meet the Breeds in January, and we gave each other a huge hug, and like we've talked a lot.
Oh my God.
And now we talk like almost every single day. And
I realized you had more in common than not.
We were like, oh my gosh, we are so much like each other. And I know a lot of her dogs. I've met a lot of her dogs. She is a great breeder, and
she breeds Aussies with tails.
Yeah, she does.
Wow, look at that.
And that was like your main beef with her.
Yeah, we got real into
Aussies with tails.
Yes,
and
that's it.
I think one of the funniest things, Lizzie, is that people used to come at you and be like, you don't know anything because you've been in Aussies for like 5 years, and you would be so offended by that. And now looking back, you're like, no, I literally didn't know anything.
I didn't know anything.
But you were arguing like you did. You just got passionate about it.
Yeah, I'm very passionate, and we grow and we change as people. And I've evolved.
There is a reputable Pembroke breeder out there that is a member of one of the Pembroke regional clubs, and she's breeding Pembrokes with tails. And there's 2 in our area now.
It's funny to even say, like, she's breeding dogs with tails. Like, they all have tails.
She's not docking tails. That's what I should say.
Yeah.
She's not docking the tails, which is, like, crazy. Yeah. And people still respect her as a breeder, which is crazy because, I think even 5 years ago, that wouldn't have really been a thing.
I mean, you see way more Rotties with tails and boxers with tails. Like, in our area, there's a couple people who have boxers with tails. Like, I don't know.
Ears too.
The cropping of the ears.
Yeah.
Oh, it just hurts me because I've seen like behind the curtain of what it really looks like. And my God, we're going to get like PETA called on people, but it's not great. It's really not great from my perspective as someone who just like loves dogs as my friend.
Think we should be evolving the breed standard.
We should just be evolving as humans. Not be mutilating our dogs. But that's just my hot take. So last question was an interesting one. And maybe it was a little bit like the way the person phrased it, but they were just like, I think people who use trials as practice are wasting their money. And I have a 2 sides approach to this.
Yeah,
like,
same.
If they meant you go to class once a week, you never work on anything outside of class, you're not ready to trial, and you're showing up, throwing money at a trial time after time after time, and you're not actually really working on your skills.
You're me when I started with OB.
Yeah. Or like, a lot of people when they first start trialing that, but people who do it for like a year. Like, I know that you guys have talked about some people who who've gone like many months,
almost a year
and not have any clean runs. And maybe it's sometimes because like the skills clearly aren't there, and you should take a step back from the trialing and actually train. But the other side of it is like, I think that if you intentionally go to a trial to practice using FEO or just rewarding or working on certain skills, I don't think that's a waste of money.
Yeah, exactly. But I think the difference is, right, like what you just stated, is someone going and signing up every weekend and they're not queuing and they still go back, and there's clearly skills that need to be worked on. There's things that need to be like retaught or just trained a little bit more before they start doing that weekend warrior thing.
And
versus people that are like, I'm intentionally signing up for this trial to work on this skill, like say a start line or
get a baby dog ready for the environment.
Yeah. You know, we've all said it. We all know it. The trial environment is so different than class. It's different than a ring rental. It's different than any type of other environment that you're going to ever run in. And I think that's a great thing to do. And I don't think that's a waste of money. But if you're doing that all the time, then maybe it is. But people who are intentionally going to that trial to work on certain skills are not normally signing up every weekend to do that either.
Right. And people who are going and trialing and not queuing, it's like spend that money and go to a seminar, or spend that money and like go to, I don't know, get a private lesson or something. Yeah. But I wouldn't be where I am with Cassie if I didn't do FEO and go to trials for practice, because that's what really helped us, was being able to practice at trials. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think there's a two side. It's like a gray area. It's like, what is the intention behind that? Like,
yeah, for sure. All right. Well, let's end with like a little quick this or that mini game lightning round of some listener submitted options. So the first is, what do you prefer? Training stopped contacts or running contacts? Lizzie?
Well, running A-frame is the only running contact that I've ever taught, and it's proving to be semi-difficult. But I don't know, I think stop can be difficult too. But I think moving forward, if this is like a moving forward thing, it would be running. I think I want to do running for all of my contacts moving forward, except for the teeter, obviously, if that wasn't obvious.
Rachel?
Running contacts, because it was so easy for me.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be easy for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you.
I'm glad we have that recorded, and I hope that dream comes true for you.
Yeah, me too. I hope we like clock back.
I'm
like
manifesting it now.
I'm going to be always teaching running contacts because of my goals, but I'm sure my methods will evolve. And if I ever needed to stop a dog for any reason, at least I know how to do it. Vision is always my demo for training the stopped contacts to my students, so he kind of knows how to do it. So that's always fun.
Good. You can use Obi next time if you want. He has a really good A-frame.
It has a immovable stop A-frame. Yeah. He literally cannot not stop.
Yeah.
Okay, throttle wraps or throttle slices?
Oh, I think I love Obi's throttle wrap, and I am so proud of it, and he does it so well. And I'll never forget when we went and trained with Jen Crank, and I did a better throttle wrap than you. And she was like, watch Lizzie. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, watch me. Watch me.
That's real.
That like never leave my brain
on,
ever, because she was like, that was so good. Lindsay, watch her. And I was like, God. Yes, thank you.
It's so funny that you remember that.
Oh, I'll never forget. I was better than you in one thing, one time, and Jack.
Oh my God, stop. Please.
Throttle wrap. Jessie raps so much better. I mean, she just prefers to rap. So, and I do like her throttle rap. She responds to it very nicely. I think I did a good job training it. So I'm going to go with the throttle rap.
Wow. No, Vision is not a bendy little noodle. He likes to slice. He's a slicey boy. And he does not wrap very tightly. Something to work on. And I also feel like throttle wraps are always slower for him. Usually I'm going to go with like maybe a few more feet in favor of slicing than wrapping him. And I do think that throttle wraps are sort of more, I've heard it said, like more like a trick, which inherently like slows them down because they're thinking a lot more, whereas a slice kind of keeps them in extension usually.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right. Start line stay or slingshot?
Start line stay all the way.
Yeah, start line stay.
I mean, I feel like a slingshot is never anyone's intention. Like, it's sort of like a, oh God.
And oops.
Yeah,
like, oh shit.
Last resort.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so easy for things to get out of whack when you let them go or let it, and like sometimes you don't know what you don't know about it.
You can't lead out. You can't be where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last night I had this like big debate with one of my students where she was like, no, it's okay to release your dog on a hand signal. And I'm like, that is so much less clear.
No.
She's like, I thought agility was about like body language and it's okay for them. And I'm like, but you're making them guess. Like, which hand signal? Like, is it as soon as you lift your arm up? Is it is it pointing? Is it like, that's just very not clear.
Not clear at all.
And if you make the crystal clear criteria that they leave when you use a word that releases them, you're not going to have
more
that.
Clear.
Yeah. So anyways, that was an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
What about sit or down at the start line?
I don't have a preference as long as you're staying.
Well, Cassie has to be in a down. Because he does his stressy itch thing. And Obi is a sit. I've never put Obi in a down. I think he would stand right up and he stands right up from a sit. So go ahead, Lindsay.
I do a sit. I think it's easier for them to propel themselves out of the sit than a down, depending on the dog. But I see that it works for some dogs. I think the one that I'd never go with is a stand because again, it's a difficult criteria. What if they start scooching up a little bit? Like sit means keep your butt where I put it. Like what if they move one paw? Is that okay? Is that allowed? What if they start moving their back paws? What if they start scooching? Like just feels like a slippery slope. Okay, last one. Free entries for life or never have a fault? I'm going to go with free entries for life. I hope I have a long agility career and I'm going to spend a lot of money on it. So I would love to not be broke for agility.
Yeah, free entries for life because I always have faults. So that's like not new to me. I just do agility to have fun. So free entries for life.
I'm going to say never have a fault because I have a dog that has sometimes a bar knocking problem, unfortunately. And so to never have a fault would be amazing because we have a clean run every single time. Yeah, we just trialed today. And of course, we had like one sad bar. And one bar was not even a full drop. It was like a half drop. So, it's just like that makes it even worse. She had fun, but that just like sucks.
It's a big bummer.
It's a bummer. Yeah. One was completely my fault because I celebrated way too early. And then the other one was completely her fault and I fixed it. And I was like, what the heck? But it's
annoying.
just I can't do anything about that. I mean, the one fault was my problem. Like, don't celebrate before she's over the jump. Duh. But the other one was like, there's nothing else I could have done. I was like, there is your jump. Go over it. And she just ticked it. And then it drops.
She's just coming back.
She's coming back. Yeah, we're getting her work back up. Yeah, so it's fine. But it's just like, oh my God.
If I'll never have an off course. And you had a double Q again today, would you say free entries or would you say never?
No, still say never have a fault.
All right, just wanted to check.
Yeah.
Rachel just wants to be perfect.
I do. Yeah, because I know she is perfect.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Wow. Yeah.
Gotta show that on paper.
Yeah.
Anyways, this was super fun. We really appreciate you submitting these questions and hopefully we can do more episodes like this because it was a good time to hear what you want to hear us talk about and keep submitting, keep sharing ideas. And we really look forward to next time. Well, that's a wrap on this week's episode. Rachel, where can our listeners find us on the internet?
You can find us at Bitches in Season on Instagram and TikTok, and on Facebook, Bitches in Season with a 1 in it.
Oh, stupid Facebook makes us have a 1 in the word bitches.
And you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye!